Hey guys, how are you guys doing today? We haven't been live streaming for like 3 weeks. That's because Jay is right now in China for a business trip. So we're pausing for 3 weeks, and for the future, maybe 3 to 4 weeks, we're going to hold this live stream on this time, maybe 3 p.m. UTC or any, like if you guys have any ideas, like what time do you want us to hold this live stream, you can comment down below and we can adjust based on your opinion. And we have two trading competition right now holding our company. One is for structured products and the other is for futures. So I can share my screen and show you guys what's going on right now. This is our trading contest for structured products. We can win up to 1,000 USDT by participating in this competition. And also, as long as you register for it and meet these requirements, such as the total investment amount and the total investment duration, you will be able to earn up to 300 USDT, because depending on how many people are participating, you guys are earning from the pool by sharing those prize. So this contest will be end today on August 25th UTC time, so UTC +8. So we're getting more and more contests on our structured trading product. So please tune in the future, and we will definitely talk about this in our live stream and remind you guys beforehand. But if you guys want to participate in this time, you still have several hours to participate. Just give you a heads up. Another trading competition is the futures grid contest. We have 3 different contests in this future trading. The first one is the total percent gain reward. So it depends on how much percentage you earn. And another reward is cheer up rewards. We give some cheer up to people who got a very bad return. So this is like a to make you happy reward. And another competition is on total volume. So depending on how much you trade, we send out the prize to those two people who trade the most. And the most important thing I forgot to mention is the ETH USDT liquidation covering order. So if you click trade now and you just copy the trade, give it a second. You just you can create a trade here, and as long as you create a trade, we will cover you guys the loss if you got liquidated. So feel free to participate, and you might get a reward depending on how much you earn. So that's all I want to mention. And the other thing is that we are changing our rule for the giveaway this time. So Jay will talk about the market, his trading strategy, and we prepared a quiz for you guys. So if you guys, as long as you guys answer it correct, and we will do a raffle to people who got it correct, and we will send out 5 people with 10 USDT with people who got the quiz correct. So I think I talk a lot. So let's welcome Jay to talk about the market and his trading strategy. Let's welcome Jay. Hey Jay, I think you're muted.
Yeah, I'm muted. Hey, how is everyone doing? I haven't seen everybody in such a long time. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to the Pinex live stream. It's already 11 o'clock for me over here, but I'm staying up for the live stream too for you guys. Yeah, let me know what hours work best for you, because we're kind of changing the time a little bit this time around, just because I'm in Asia and there's like a 12-hour time difference versus America. So hours are a little weird, but anyways, if you guys have a specific time, if this time doesn't work well for you, put it in the chat. We're gonna we can kind of try to adjust things around. And I missed you guys. It's been a minute since we've been live streaming. What's up, Marcin? What's up, Slava? And Dan B. What's good, everybody? Shout out to you guys for joining in. Yeah, I hope everyone has been doing well and missed us, and their trading has been going well. I mean, I don't know, because market kind of dumped. I've been waiting to talk to you guys about, I've been waiting to talk to you guys about what's been going on in the market. Lots of things have happened. It's been a boring past, 2-3 months, I think, and that's and that's I guess it's a good thing we weren't live streaming, because it was boring in the past 3 months, because honestly nothing has happened. And only this past week, literally on my flight like to Asia, Bitcoin just dumped like 10% in a day. I was at the airport looking at my phone, and I just see prices just crash down. I'm like, what's going on? What the hell is going on? Because I wasn't really watching the markets on the plane, but yeah, that was definitely fun. But yeah, let me know if how you guys have your positions has been doing, and if you guys have any questions, like always, put it in the chat. And yeah, so we're just gonna go look at what's been going on. We're gonna look at some news and what's been happening, and yeah, be sure to remember some key information I tell you if you guys want to participate in the takeaway. The giveaway, the takeaway, and because there's gonna be a question on there, kind of like a little pop quiz kind of thing, but it's gonna be easy. So if you guys just pay attention when I say it's important, you guys will answer that correctly. All right, let me share my screen. Here we go. Oh, and yeah, sorry, I have a little cold too, just from all the flying around. It's gonna hear me sniffling and stuff. And what's up, Valsro? Shout out to Valsro. Too bad you lost some money in the Solana futures. Futures are they're more risky. If you're using I don't know if you were doing manual trading or doing the grid or the grid trading, but let us know in the chat. But anyways, so some of the news, right? Some of the news leading up to that. I mean, here, let's just show the chart first. I'm sure everybody knows, but a huge 10% drop within like an hour, or within like 5 to 10 minutes even, right? On Bitcoin and the overall crypto market. So this was when I was at the airport, and then I just see prices at 26,000. I'm like, or 2750. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then I see prices coming down more to 26 and all the way down to 2540. And then I just started buying the dip, because I was like, this is a pretty cheap price. Like, this is for my long-term position. I'm building a long-term position. 25 is cheap, right? But as I'm gonna go into later on, 25,000, it might not be the bottom, like as most people kind of think it is. But for the long term, I'm talking about like 1 to 3 years, this is definitely a good place to buy. So what are some reasons causing this drop, right? So on the news front, I don't see this as like a direct narrative kind of drop, like, oh, this news happened, so we just dumped, right? So on the news front, some of the news are, the biggest real estate company in China filed for bankruptcy in the US. So it's just kind of like not this specific news, but just overall, China's economy has been not doing so great. Unemployment rate among young people are very high, almost, I think, above 20%, right? They stopped publishing the unemployment rate survey because it was just getting so bad and it's getting so hard to calculate. So first of all, China's economy is not doing so great, right? And you can see China, and like a third of the Chinese GDP is made up of real estate. And of course, many real estate companies, they have filed for bankruptcy, or they cannot pay back their loans. So they're actually, in talks with their creditors to restructure them. And China is a big economic powerhouse, and if China's economy is not doing well, there will be contagion spreading. People are basically scared of what might happen due to the um, lack of strength in the Chinese market, right? And another thing that has happened was there was news of SpaceX selling Bitcoin. If you Google it, it's basically everywhere on that day, right? It says that I think Wall Street Journal or someone posted that SpaceX sold its Bitcoin because they saw their financial statement or something like that. But people say that's like unsubstantiated and it's just kind of like FUD that is going around. But either way, that news might have like caused some bad had some bad effects on Bitcoin's price, but it was actually released way before the price dropped. It was released the same day, but it wasn't like an immediate like, hey, this news caused this drop, right? So I mean, of course, people could have like taken some time to digest the news and then started selling Bitcoin, but this seems like a pretty straightforward news release, right? If like the bots or the algos like caught the headline, they would have been like, okay, Tesla sells Bitcoin. They're just going to immediately dump Bitcoin, right? This shouldn't have a delay in the reaction. So that's what makes me doubtful that this news caused the basically the liquidations and the sell-off that a lot of people kind of inferred and concluded to. Let's see when people got questions. No one's got questions. Valro says he did some manual trading on something. Yeah, man. I mean, I hope you weren't caught in the sell-off and you're watching your positions. I mean, definitely a lot of risks was that one. Max says, I'm currently finding it hard to trust Pinex fully to invest serious money. Not sure how I can gain trust. Any ideas? Well, we have a proof of reserves done on our website, so you can go check that out. And we have never been hacked before. So, I mean, those are two very solid, I guess, reasons for the to trust Pinex. And of course, we have like offline events. We actually meet our customers and things like that. So, there's no single way to kind of try to be like, hey, Pinex is the best, right? But because we have never been hacked before and we have never lost user money, because there's no cases where users we never given funds to users, and we have proof of reserves. So I think that's like the best you can do in this current environment, especially with all the FUD going on. Just exchange that you can find somebody to talk to first of all, and of course you have you got to have proof of reserves, as well as they never been hacked, because you don't want to go to exchange that's been hacked and losing everyone's money. Of course, every exchange gets bad reviews, because some customers, it's kind of like user error, right, or things like that. But like if you guys look at our reviews, right, a lot of the users complain about how slow the withdrawal process is, but most people don't understand that's for your own protection, because every big withdrawal that we do, we kind of like we have to manually go approve it, because we don't want you to be scammed, right? So but most users are kind of like, oh, we want it to be fast to withdraw, but then it's less safe, right? So it's kind of contradictory. Some people just don't understand, but I think that's also very important, like us actually approving every big transaction that that like withdrawal that you guys have, or whatever's going on like that. Hope that answers your question. But so I'm gonna just go over the research that we posted yesterday, and just a quick overlook about what's basically been going on, and so I don't have to kind of like find all these screenshots and pictures again, because I already did it. So basically, on the research, I marked which exchange the liquidations where the sell-off started, and it started on Binance Spot, right? If you guys look at this picture right here, it shows that there's a large amount of selling volume on Binance. And if you look at the different other exchanges, there's Coinbase or Bitfinex or OKX Spot, during that moment there was actually very little volume, very little like market selling if you look at the pictures, like if you look at this yellow, this is the first 1 minute of selling, and it started off on Binance, and then Coinbase, you see circle right here, it's like very tiny yellow, very tiny red selling, and then on the other two exchanges, there were basically no. I didn't circle it, but there was basically no market sells. So it's just like something interesting I looked at. It doesn't really mean anything, but the selling started off on Binance, so probably like a Binance whale or someone got liquidated and had, or just wanted to pull money out, right? And this was about like 500 bitcoins or something like that, that was sold on that 1 minute mark, and that caused a liquidation cascade basically. So as prices declined, more and more people probably caught onto it, and they didn't want to be the one holding the bag, so they started selling too, and this basically led to this 10% decline in 1, 2, 3, 4, on basically 4 minutes, right? 28,000 to 2550, 4 minutes, and we're down 10%. So volatility is back, baby, in Bitcoin, right? After 3 months of not going anywhere and just going sideways, we finally got some volatility. Of course, not to the direction that we expected or wanted, but at least we got some volatility back. But of course, moving on from this, and this caused 800. So in total, this caused 1 billion. $1 billion in liquidations. So if we're thinking that liquidations equals amount of money lost, because they ran out of margin and they ran out of money, right? And this is the money they basically lost. Futures traders lost $1 billion in this short amount of time. Like, that is pretty insane. And where is the next picture? Actually, I'm gonna go right here. And so this part is important. So if you guys want to participate, you definitely remember this. So this is open. This is a total open interest, right? So as the sell-off continued, total open interest. So $1 billion of liquidations happened, but the total open interest for Bitcoin futures for the traders that were long or short Bitcoin dropped by $3 billion, and in total we had around 14 billion in open interest, right, across many different exchanges, and we had around $14 billion worth of Bitcoin open interest on these futures contracts, and we haven't had this high of open interest. And basically from back in March of 2022, and that was the start of the previous, that was the start of the current bear market, right? So basically, we have reached a very high level of open interest, and what that means is there's lots of new leverage, right? There's lots of leverage in the market, because if you're doing futures trading, you're not doing 1x, you're not doing 2x. Most of you are doing 5x, 10x, 100x, 20x, right? So the more open interest there are, that means there are more margin and the more leverage there are in the system. And what that leads to is these very, very, big outsized moves. When if there wasn't leverage, then you probably wouldn't get these moves, right? And another factor of this is there has just been very bad liquidity as well in the markets. And so, for example, if we look at this, right, the daily exchange volume is basically at an all-time low. So if you guys look at, from 2023, the daily exchange volume is just been kind of consolidating between 10 billion to 20 billion, when before, during the bear market or even the bull market, it was all the way up at 40 billion to 50 billion, right? So the liquidity in the market is not good right now. And with such high, even though the volume and liquidity is low, we still had super high leverage, super high open interest in the futures contracts, and that's basically what caused the cascading effect of the liquidations. And I believe that is what really caused the 10% move, and not any of the news, right? I feel like this is more of just a technical positioning issue versus like, oh, this news article came out and everyone's dumping Bitcoin. It was just I think it was just one big whale that had to exit a position or something, and because he started selling, everyone else basically got liquidated because there's just a lot of leverage in the system, as we had talked about. All right, does anyone have any questions? Let's see. What's up, Tines? Shout out Tines. What's up, RZ? Hello. Valsro Alchemy Pay won't let me complete the transaction. I think let me give me reach out to support or put your email, or you can reach out to CEO or me on Telegram or something, and then we can help you figure it out. And yeah, CEO, you can go ask Valstro and see if we can help him out with depositing money.
Yes. So we have our Telegram and Twitter down there in the description box. You can just add us there, and we can help you later.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, reach out. We're probably faster than contacting support, but if you want to contact support, they're helpful as well. And thank you. Yeah, Pinex is very beginner friendly. So glad that you're having good experience with it. Yeah, guys. So I mean, I'm just gonna go into a little bit of like what I think about like the current market conditions right now, right? So let's go look at the chart. Let's take a look at some charts. All right, so we didn't live stream basically during these like couple weeks right here when it was consolidating. So it was pretty boring. But I remember the last thing, or the last live stream or two, what I told you guys was that we had the BlackRock news right from here. It drove prices up, and then we had some more positive news, right? I forgot which one it was, but we had some more positive news, and prices couldn't break out, and prices actually went down, right? And prices just started consolidating while we had good news. So that's something that you never want to see. Because if you think about it this way, right? If you have good news and prices don't go up and it's just going sideways, what's going to happen when you have bad news, right? So if prices are weak when there's positive sentiment, when there's positive things happening, right? And prices are just going sideways and it's kind of like no one's trying to buy it, then that is obviously weakness, right? It's kind of like a divergence, because normally prices go. Good news equals prices go up, right? Bad news equals prices go down. So right now, we had good news. We had prices flat to down, and then we didn't really have bad news. We just had like the SpaceX news and in general the China weakness news. So those were like general news, not crypto specific, right? And then due to that, due to that, because like I said, Bitcoin looked weak because on good news, we went sideways. So when we had a tiny bit of bad news, right, and that caused a tiny bit of selling, Bitcoin just dumped, right? Because if we're not going to go up on good news, then we're just going to dump on bad news, right? I basically outlined that in our last, or two live streams ago. So that is that is how I was looking at the market. And I don't have a crystal ball, but it's just kind of like it's just kind of like logical to think about it in that type of way. And that is how it played out. I didn't think it was going to dump like 10% a day, but I was definitely more bearish than bullish back in the day. I was not thinking, hey, we're going to break over 32,000 and keep on going up. I was thinking that we're going to have like a retrace to 2750. That's like a shallow one, or 25. But so what I'm thinking now is that we had this retrace right to 25. I don't know how, like, put it in the chat. I'm kind of curious. Are you guys bullish right now? Are you guys buying at 25,000, or are you waiting for some lower prices? And yeah, and I'll go look at your chat. But the way I'm looking at this, right, 25,000 is a really good support. I really like 25,000. For the long term, 25,000 is great. I'm buying 25,000 with a portion of my position, because I don't really care if it goes to 20,000. I'll just buy more, right? Because in the long run, I believe Bitcoin is good to go, right? It's gonna go up. It's gonna be way higher than 25,000. But for the short term, where you're gonna be more price sensitive, I'm actually not sure if 25,000 would be like, oh, I'm just gonna buy it and it's gonna go up to 30,000. I don't think Personally, I don't think that will happen. So the reasons for that, right? Reasons for that is, first of all, we just broke this trend line this uptrend line that we have been on for the whole 2023, and we also broke. Let me wait for the charts very slow. We also broke the 200-day moving average, which we also have never broken this basically this whole year, right? So we we didn't put in a lower low yet, but I'm thinking that it's gonna come in the next month, right? So we broke trend, we broke the 200-day moving average, where we stopped going up on good news. Before we were always going up on good news, right? For example, this one, banking crisis. We go up because that's good for Bitcoin. And then BlackRock ETF, we go up, but we didn't make a new high. So to me, this looks like it broke the trend. And I when something breaks trend, you don't just assume I'm going to buy at 25,000 and we're just going to go back to 30,000, because if it broke trend, it means it's bearish, right? So from a very technical standpoint, it's bearish, and we should take it that way, and we shouldn't counter trade it. One thing that could be good or bad. Oh, but okay, but I don't think it's gonna dump another like 10% in 5 minutes, kind of like what it did previously, because we washed out a lot of the leverage in the system already. And go back to the leverage chart, right? So before we had, this is it, right? Yeah, open interest. Before we had 14 billion in open interest, right? But now we basically fallen down to 10 billion. And that is like the amount of open interest we had at the beginning of the year. So what that means is, less leverage, less people who's going to cause this cascade of liquidations and, just getting stopped out of their trades and being forced to sell. So less selling pressure in general. So I don't think we're going to have like another crazy 4 billion in open interest being closed and more traders being liquidated. I think it's going to be more I think it's going to be more of like a gradual type of thing. I'm still a little bit bearish just because of what I said before. The technical picture is broken, right? But I don't think it's just gonna. I'm gonna just draw. I don't think it's gonna go like this, right? Boom, like straight down. I think it's gonna be way more like this, like slowly up and down kind of thing. That's what I think it's gonna look like. Um, so on the other side of things, right? On this other side of things, so that's my general thought for Bitcoin. And what levels am I looking at? I'm looking at 23,000 and then 19 to 20,000. Yeah, let me zoom out a little bit to look at this volume profile. Yeah, my chart's very laggy. Internet in Asia is not good, or I guess in China it's not good. All right, so we have a pretty we have a small group of demand and buyers at 23,000. If you guys look on my chart to the right hand side, and then we have a large grouping of demand or volume at the 19k to 20k. If we get to 19k 20k, buying hands down. Even if we have bad news, I just think it's gonna be a very strong level of support right here, unless we get like some horrible news. Like I don't even know what could bring. I don't even know what it could be, to be honest. I guess like if America bans Bitcoin, I could see like it go like Bitcoin or crypto goes to like 10k or something like that. But like without that in the scenario, 20k is a really great level. 23k is okay too. I'm thinking we might just reach 23k and not get to 20k because everyone's waiting for 20k. So I might think we might just consolidate to 23k before we get a move. We might get like some different news, and Bitcoin changes directions. So this is kind of like my negative, right? My negative view, and I'm gonna of course we want to be neutral and share all the data with you guys. So let me read the chat first, actually. Marston said, kind of holding because I missed the selling point. Yeah, I feel that's okay. I bought some at 28k also, and I didn't sell. I didn't sell either. So I am holding with you. Jaro says, I think it's great to start doing DCA buying. Like I said, it depends if you have a 3-year view or like a 3 months view. If you're doing DCA for the 3 months view, I don't think it's a great idea. But for the 3-year view, yes. RZ. Yeah, my crystal ball is in the repair shop. Sorry, bro. And Slava said, I will buy 25,000 too long. Yeah, I mean, like 25,000 is a good price. 25,000 is a good price for a bounce, but if it breaks 25,000, I could see it just kind of like chopping up and down, up and down. So I don't think it's very clear, but I think the initial reaction off 25,000 is going to be good. 34K still possible for 2023. So we have different opinions. I personally think it will be hard. I personally, I want to push it back a little bit to the first half of 2024. That's what I'm thinking. So I don't want to give a target and be like, we're definitely going to reach it, but I want to push it back a little bit. I think like 2000, end of 2023, beginning of 2024, 34K is still possible. But in the next 3 months, I personally do not think so. Before we get into the good news, I guess this is, if you guys have Bitcoin, this is what I've been doing. So give me a second. Okay, so I'm gonna share the.
Sorry to interrupt, Jay. Can I share the quiz first to let people participate?
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure a lot of people missed my what I was saying. Yeah, you can share it first.
Guys, fill the form with your answers, and we're going to have a raffle with the people who get correct answers. Okay, Jay can continue.
Yeah, participate in this little fun quiz. I said the answer in the beginning of the, I guess like 15 or 10 minutes in.
Yeah, about 10 minutes.
About 10 minutes in.
And Jay talked about like it is very important to note.
Yes, I'm going to share this chart again with you guys. Just answers in this chart right here. Around, let me see. Is this correct? Yeah, around over here. Yeah, these are the correct answers. But okay, yeah. So let me go back to my screen. Yeah, so basically, the implied volatility, we were at an all-time low for crypto options, right? And the implied volatility was low as heck at 24%, right? That's super low for crypto. Basically, that is some like stock index IV kind of shit. Very, very low. But then within one day, it just jumped to 52%. It doubled, right? So what that means is if you're using structured products, you're going to get a lot better returns. So for example, Martin said he was like stuck in Bitcoin, right? So this is what, okay, I'm not signed in. Oh, I am signed in. All right, cool. So let's go to So this is what I've been doing. So let's say I bought some Bitcoin at 28,000, right? What am I going to do with it? I'm not going to sell it right now. That'd be kind of stupid. So for my Bitcoin at 28,000 right now, like I said, I showed you guys the picture of the implied volatility. It's high right now, so you're gonna get some good returns. Even like for example, last week before the drop or 2 weeks ago, if you did, I'm just gonna show you. So if you did structured products at 28,000 and the current price is 26, maybe able to return you like 5% a year. So like it's just not worth it, right? It's just like not great. But right now, let's say you're doing 28,000 and prices are 26,000 for like 15 days. You're getting 20% a year. So right now, these rates are really good. So what I've been doing is I don't think in the next 22 days we're gonna get to 2850 or 29,000. So I bought some crypto at 28,000, but let's say I want to sell it for $500 more expensive. I would actually just lock that in right now before volatility goes down. So for crypto, usually the volatility spikes up and then we consolidate and then volatility fades back down, right? So you want to take advantage of it when the volatility is high, like right now. So I'm like pretty certain. I think I would give it like an 80% probability that Bitcoin's not going to go above 28,000 in the next 15 days. So so I can just lock in 16% annualized return for the next 15 days. And let's see, did I already do that, or do I have more Bitcoin? So yeah, I have a little bit more Bitcoin left. So I'm gonna do that with my Bitcoin. So that is, so if you have spare Bitcoin and like you're just waiting with that and you're kind of stuck in your position, this is something that's very good to do, like very good to do right now when volatility is high. Yeah, so don't miss out on that if you guys are stuck in some Bitcoin positions. And I'm pretty confident in this trade as well. Let's see. So I don't want to be biased, so I'm going to share some positive news as well. While during the drop and at the current prices, so whale and shark wallets holding between 10 to 10k BTC added a total of 11,000 bitcoins. So these whales and sharks think current prices are good, but I'm pretty sure that there are also more long-term holders. And like I said, right now 25k is a good price for long-term holders, but that does not mean we're going to reverse and go higher immediately. So, but anyways, this is a positive piece of news. And this is more of like a social kind of thing. So on Twitter or whatever they get their all their social media stuff from. So the frequency of bear market has been notably higher, particularly after last week's Bitcoin crash. And usually when, if you guys look at this chart, usually when bear market gets mentioned very frequently, it has the opposite effect. Usually prices go back up. Usually prices go up because the more people are positioned short, the more people are negative. It just usually has the masses are usually wrong and the few are usually right. So this is another, I guess, kind of piece of data you can look at. And as well as the total hash rate. So for miners, the total hash rate actually increased in the past week while prices dropped. So miners are not scared, are not being afraid of this current price drop. Yeah, I know this chart is very small. I'm just going to zoom in. I don't know if I can zoom in. All right, let's just do 3 months here. My bad. Yeah. So this blue line is the hash rate. So miners are not scared. Miners are still increasing their total hash rate, even though prices are dropping. But one factor you guys, I guess you should take into consideration is that even though prices are, even though hash rate is going up, it does take time for miners to take off capacity and also put on capacity. So it might just be, capacity that's being put on anyways, and they just haven't had time to take it off yet. But yeah, I just want to share all of the data points with you guys, so it is not biased, so you guys can make educated decisions as well. And over here as well, long-term holders have barely reacted with this price drop because most long-term holders are price insensitive. So if you guys look at that, volume to exchange usually means selling volume, and it didn't have much of a change, even though prices dumped 10%, right? So this is a good sign as well. One other bad sign, I guess, is that the market price is way lower than the short-term holder cost basis. So the short-term holder cost basis is basically people trading holding Bitcoin 155 days or less. And usually these are just short-term traders trying to capture the uptrend. And so what this red line is the short-term holders base cost basis, and it acts as resistance in a bear market or support in a bull market. Or it just acts as support and resistance in general. It doesn't have to be which market, right? So for example, you guys see back during the bear market, resistance, it was resistance here. It was basically resistance whenever it got close, resistance here. And then as soon as we broke over it and reclaimed it, it acted as support, right? It bounced it off here. It basically bounced off it right here. But right now we are way under the cost basis at 26,000. So short-term cost basis is 28.6. So this is another level, another sign of technically bearish sign, because now this level will act as resistance if we do come back up to 28,600. So yeah, that is most of what I wanted to share with you guys. Do you guys have any questions you guys want me to answer? I'm going to open it up for everybody. And I'll also have more stuff as well, but I just want to see if anyone have questions and do some Q&A. Let's see.
Any questions?
I know Slava wanted me to go over some charts before. Oh, I'm still sniffling. This code sucks. Damn, Ripple just gave back the entire rally. Damn. That's crazy. I kind of had a thought that this would happen, but like I didn't think. Yep, Slava's asking about XRP. So, yeah, so XRP, I mean, XRP looks good just because it was bullish and it came. I mean, it doesn't look good from like from a logical point of view. It doesn't look good, right? We had good news. XRP popped up, and we gave up that whole rally. So from a sentiment and like logical point of view, that is not good. Just like what I talked about with Bitcoin, right? We had good news, prices stopped going up. For XRP, we had great news and we gave it all back. So it is not good, right? Technically, it is not good. But just from a pure technical point of view, we were up and we pulled back the 200-day moving average. So you could buy it and just sell it if it breaks under, right? So from a technical point of view, it's a good place to try to put on a trade. But I don't think it's gonna go super far, just because like the logical part, right? The news, we gave up the whole rally, so that that is not great. What do I think it will go down to? So Mark says, what do I think it will go down to? For Bitcoin, I think it's going to go down to like 23,000 or 20,000, but I think 23,000 is more realistic, unless we get some more, negative narrative type of news. But I also think it's just kind of going to go sideways after we reach it, kind of like up and down until we get to like maybe 23. Because I think too many people are waiting for 20K now. I know a lot of people waiting for 20K. So I feel like we might just get some type of like consolidation, maybe like go to 23, break under a little bit, get back above, and then maybe we can make a move up. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking about. And Martin asked about RSI, MACD. I was gonna talk about that as well. Thanks for bringing it up. So yeah, so a lot of people are just like, hey, RSI is under 30. We can't go any lower, right? Because in the past, when our RSI is under 30, we had a bounce, which is technically true. That has happened in the past. Whenever RSI is under 30, we usually get a bounce. Yeah, look how slow my computer internet is, but I'm not gonna zoom out or zoom in because it's just so slow. But right now, RSI is under 30. It's recovering a little bit. So the only reason it's under 30 is just because of how fast this move was. We can definitely get a continuation down lower, but as I said, I think we're gonna go sideways, like down, up, and slightly down. Right? It's kind of this like consolidation down, and that will actually fix RSI. So the RSI is probably going to go up while it's consolidating, and then it's just going to, make it more healthy because the momentum is flat. So the RSI is probably going to go up to like 50 or something like that. And then while it's making this like up and down moves, it's going to go slightly down and lower each time, and the RSI is just going to follow it down. So I think it's going to be like the short recovery and then move down. So just because prices are moving down doesn't mean RSI will keep on going down, because if prices, like I said, goes up and down, it's just going to show a less momentum. So RSI can actually go up while price is doing this. MACD doesn't look good. MACD just looks like crap, right? It was supposed to have a bullish crossover, and then it completely just got wrecked, and now it's like lower. So MACD does not look great. It's not going to cross up. It could literally just like test it and just break lower again. So MACD doesn't tell us much right here. Tan says 2023 target for 36K is hard. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I think so too. That's why I'm saying that like I feel better pushing it back to like beginning of 2024, like first half of 2024. I think for 2023 after this thing right here, it's gonna be, it might be a little bit hard to reach. Let's see. What do you think about? Mitch asked, "What do I think about the neutral bot?" I actually haven't used the neutral bot much, to be honest. See, I have you.
No, but I think neutral bot is best fit for a sideways market. If you are bullish on a like BTC, it's better to not open a neutral bot, I think.
Yeah, so
catch the uptrend.
Yeah, so my opinion on it is that I don't think I would use the neutral bot because my coworker did some testing on it too. It's neutral bot. You only make money when it's legit like sideways, like when it's like legit just sideways, right? Because you're going short when it goes up, and then you're buying it, and then you got to resell it, right? So for the grid bot or the regular futures grid or whatever, you're building a position of Bitcoin at your entry level. So you already have this stack of Bitcoin. So you're just selling when it goes up and rebuying when it goes down. But for the neutral bot, you don't have any position, right? So when prices go up, you short it, right? And now you have a short position, but it goes up more, you short it more, and you're just losing money on the short, right? And if it goes down, you're buying it, right? And then when it goes down some more, you're buying it again, but you're losing money on the long, right? And so until it comes back to the baseline, the price where it started at, you're going to be losing money. But for the futures grid bot, because you have a position in the beginning, if it goes up, you're going to be up a lot of money, right? You're going to be selling. You're going to be up a lot of money because of your initial position. But if prices go down, you're going to be down a lot more money than the neutral bot because of your initial position at that price. So the futures grid bot is like if you're more bullish, I obviously use that because as prices go up, you're going to make a bigger profit. For the neutral grid bot, literally, if you think price is going to come back to the price where we're at right now, that's when you would use neutral grid bot. What about ETH? Let me see ETH. So I wrote about this in the newsletter as well. You guys can read it if you want. I'll put it in the chat. So a lot of the stuff that I talk about, we cover in the newsletter too. Make sure you subscribe to that, and it's free, so no reason not to. And you probably hear it earlier than what we talk about on live stream because we published it earlier. So for ETH, let me go back to ETH. For ETH, it looks worse than Bitcoin because on Bitcoin at least we like broke the high. We made a higher high before we pulled back. But for ETH, right, we didn't make a new high right here, first of all, right? So this is a lower high, and then we made a lower low right here, right? So I'm not very positive on ETH. So ETH looks worse than Bitcoin, in all honesty. And I personally wouldn't buy ETH right here. If ETH breaks 1,500, the only place I'll buy is at 1,300 in this area, in this zone right here. So this is the zone I'll buy in. And you guys see like a very large amount of volume being done here as well, right? So 15,000 is a good level of support, right? But I feel like if Bitcoin comes down a little bit more, Ethereum will break this level and just go straight to like 13,000. This is where I would build a position on Ethereum. Yeah, and I was bullish on Ethereum before. Before the whole Bitcoin was weak and there was no follow through with news. Like I was buying Ethereum right here at like 18,500, because it did break out, but it gave it all back, right? So right now, Ethereum to me doesn't look too good. I would just focus on Bitcoin, and yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. Abraham says I'm running a sideway gain bot. I'm I'm assuming you're talking about grid bot.
I think it is a dual investment bot. It's keep
doing.
buying BTC actually.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think it's good. I think that's a good one to use right now, because I don't think. I mean, it depends. It depends what your settings are, to be honest. So, maybe like I would do like a 2% drop, like for my settings. Yeah, like 2 or 3% drop. I think that's what I would do for the sideways gains bot. So I can't say it's like good or bad. It just depends on your settings. So if you have good settings, I think that bot is good, because, like I said, I believe we're going to consolidate a little bit. So I think we might just you could capture some you could buy the dip and kind of like sell it on a rip or something like that. So I personally think it is not too bad with the right settings. With the right settings.
Mm-hmm.
Slava, what do I think about ChatGPT after some month? What do you mean for like trading to red or to green? It's working. Are you talking about the ChatGPT strategies, or just what I think about ChatGPT in general? I'm assuming you're talking about the strategies. Yeah, Jaro says neutral grid bot is for coins that are like very low volatility. That has a lot of volatility, but make sure the range is big enough. Yeah, so I would say like if a coin it just goes sideways, even though it has big fluctuations, but it just goes sideways, then that is good for the neutral grid bot.
Yeah, as long as it bounce up and then dump back, you will earn.
Yeah, as long as it comes back to the original price, then you're gonna be making money. So that's a positive part. That's a positive part of it. So yeah. Anyone else have any more questions? Let me see how my ChatGPT bots are doing actually. Share my screen. So some are doing good, some are not doing as well. Like this one's up 9%. This Ethereum Gaussian strategy, but there's also ones that are down. For example, this one's down 15%. This one's down 10%. So it's just different strategies. I guess it just depends, right? It really just depends on the strategy. But also my altcoin portfolio is back down to 0% gains. So there's that. It was up like 30%, but now it was up 33%, but now it's up 0.91%. So sad for that one, but it is what it is. Maybe we can add more to it when it goes lower. And we haven't looked at the futures grid bot. Futures grid bot is doing well. It's up 5.78% profit in Bitcoin terms. So that one's still doing good. So this the ETH BTC futures grid is used for if you want to increase the amount of Bitcoins that you have, but you're just thinking about Bitcoin in terms of Bitcoin profit, right? You don't care about the USDT profit. And the Ethereum Bitcoin flying wheel is doing okay too, depending on your settings. Yeah, depending on your settings, it is doing pretty good. because the Ethereum Bitcoin pair has also been going up.
Yeah,
When would you?
right now ETH BTC Flying Wheel is doing well.
Yeah, it's doing okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's doing okay. Just cause the pair is up.
Yeah, the pair is up.
Yeah, just because the pair is up, so it's okay. Yeah, but like I would use a little bit wider settings. Like I did, like I know a lot of people do the ones recommended do like a 0.1% drop. I think that's like a little close. It's more risky. You get more yield, but it's more risky. I do like a 2% drop, so like I can at least like buy it higher and resell it higher and maybe make a profit that way. And Mitch asked, when would you take profits on things like the altcoin? So for that one, I caught such a good entry. I mean, at the time, right? So at the time, I bought all the coins when they were dipping. So let me pull up a chart. It's a portfolio of like 8 coins. So yeah, I bought it like right here. Like this is on Matic, right? But all the coins I bought it like right here, like on the bottom wick. So I just wouldn't, when you're in a position and it's just like such a good price, I just wouldn't sell it until I see more gains. Like 30% just wasn't that much for me, especially for altcoins. I gave it all back, right? But I just like that was only one of my entries. Like I was planning if it goes down more to get more. So I'm just holding it for the next bull market. Actually, I'm not like gonna sell it before the next bull run, even if it's up like I don't know, like 100%. I'll still probably hold on to it. So that's more of just like a longer term altcoin holding, right? If I was like trading it, I probably would have sold, right? But this is just personally longer term for me, so I just wouldn't sell it. All right, cool. I think that's been an hour. And let me know if you guys have any last minute questions before we end the live stream. I'm gonna go fix this cold that I got and get some sleep. It's already 12 a.m. over here. Let's see if anyone's got any last minute questions before we get off. But I just want to thank you guys for joining us. It's been a while, and everyone's been coming back, and I'm glad everyone's still here, and hope everyone is doing well and trading well, and you guys got something informative from the live stream as always. Mitch, when the next live stream will be next week, so if you guys like have a specific time that works best for you, let us know in the chat, and we'll try to fulfill that. We're probably gonna do Thursdays. We're probably gonna be doing Thursdays until I go back to America. So Thursdays, give us, if this time works for you, then it works for me. What's up, Jose? Shout out to Jose. I think Jose is coming a little late, but yeah. So if nobody has any questions, just let us know if this time works for you guys or not, and if it does, we're just going to continue doing Thursdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what that is in UTC.
And 3 p.m. UTC.
7 p.m. UTC.
3 p.m. UTC.
Oh, 3 p.m. It's going to be 3 p.m. UTC. So next week, Thursday, 3 p.m. UTC, we're going to be continuing the live stream. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for joining our live stream. As always, love all of you. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. Hope you guys make some better trading with the data that we provided. And cheers to you guys. Thank you guys for coming back. And we're going to keep on doing this, and we're going to continue where we last left off. All right, guys, I'm gonna head off to bed and hope you guys have a nice weekend as well.
Okay, guys, don't forget to fill in the quiz, or you can look back to the recording and see like the answers of the quiz, and hope you guys can win the 10 USDT.
All right, peace out, guys. Have fun. Be sure to fill out the form. Have a fun
Yes.
little quiz.
Yes.
See if you guys remember what I told you guys today. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye, guys. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and see you guys next week.